Love minimises all faults. Once upon a time, in a small village in Nigeria, there lived a boy named Chimere and a girl named Adise. Chimere was strong and kind, and Adise was beautiful and sweet. They loved each other very much. Every day, they played together, laughed together, and dreamed about their future together. One sunny day, Chimere asked Adise to marry him. "Adise, will you be my wife?" he asked with a big smile. Adise said, "Yes, Chimere. I will be your wife." They were so happy and started to plan their wedding. Everyone in the village was excited for them. But then, something very sad happened. On the day of their wedding, Adise fell very sick. She could not walk, she could not talk, and the doctor said she could not have babies. Chimere was very sad, but he still loved Adise with all his heart. Chimere took care of Adise every day. He helped her get out of bed, he helped her eat, and he helped her with everything she needed. Chimere's love for Adise did not change. He still saw her as the beautiful girl he loved. Every night, Chimere would sit by Adise's bed and tell her stories. "Adise, one day, we will go to the big river and watch the fish jump," he would say. Adise would smile, even though she could not talk. Chimere knew that his love made her happy. One night, something strange happened. Chimere heard a soft whisper in the wind. "Chimere, follow me," the whisper said. Chimere was curious. He gently kissed Adise's forehead and stepped outside. The moon was bright, and the stars were twinkling. The whisper came again, "Chimere, follow me." Chimere followed the whisper to the edge of the village, where an old, wise woman named Kyoma lived. Kyoma had a kind face and wise eyes. "Chimere, I know about Adise," she said. "I have a secret to tell you." Chimere's heart was pounding. What secret did Kyoma have? Could she help Adise? Kyoma leaned in and whispered something in Res's ear. His eyes grew wide with surprise. What Kyoma told him was something he never expected. But before he could ask any more questions, Kyoma smiled and said, "Go back to Adise. Love her, care for her, and remember what I told you." Chimere hurried back to Adise. He looked at her sleeping face and held her hand tightly. He felt hope growing in his heart. He knew that no matter what happened, his love for Adise would never change. What secret did Kyoma tell Chimere? Would Adise get better? The mystery was just beginning. Chimere sat by Adise's bed, thinking about Kyoma's secret. He could not wait to find out more. The next morning, he woke up early and made Adise her favorite breakfast. He helped her eat and smiled at her. "Adise, today we are going to the big tree near the river," Chimere said. Adise looked surprised but happy. Chimere gently lifted her into a small cart and pulled it towards the river. When they got to the big tree, Chimere told Adise about Kyoma's secret. "Adise, Kyoma said there is a magic leaf that can help you. It grows near this big tree," he said. Adise's eyes lit up with hope. Chimere searched and searched for the magic leaf. He looked under rocks, in the grass, and even up in the tree. Finally, he saw a shiny, green leaf glowing in the sunlight. "This must be it," he said with joy. Chimere picked the leaf and brought it to Adise. He crushed the leaf and mixed it with some water. "Drink this, Adise." "Kyoma said it will help you," Chimere whispered. Adise drank the magic water slowly. As the sun began to set, Chimere noticed something amazing. Adise's fingers started to move a little. "Chimere, look," she whispered. Chimere's heart jumped with happiness. "It's working," he said. Every day, Chimere gave Adise more of the magic water. Little by little, she started to get better. She could move her hands, then her arms, and finally, she could sit up by herself. She could talk a bit too. Chimere was so proud of her. One night, while they were sitting under the stars, Adise spoke for the first time in a long time. "Thank you, Chimere. I love you," she said softly. Tears of joy filled Chimere's eyes. "I love you too," Adese, he replied. But the mystery was not over. Kioma had said there was more to the secret. What else did Chimeri need to do to help Adese walk again? What other surprises did the magic leaf hold? Their journey was far from finished. The adventure continued, full of love, hope, and mystery. Chimeri and Adese were happy. Adese could now sit up and talk a little. But Chimeri wanted her to walk again. He remembered Kioma's words. There is more to the secret, she had said. One morning, Chimeri and Adese decided to visit Kioma again. Chimeri gently lifted Adese into the cart and pulled her to Kioma's house. Kioma welcomed them with a warm smile. Kioma, Adese is getting better, but she still can't walk. What do we need to do? Chimeri asked. Kioma nodded and said, Chimeri, Adese, there is a hidden cave in the forest. Inside, there is a special flower. You must find it and bring it back. Chimeri and Adese looked at each other. They were ready for the new adventure. Kioma gave them a small map. Follow this map to the cave, she said. The next day, Chimeri and Adese started their journey. The forest was big and full of tall trees. Birds sang, and the leaves rustled in the wind. Chimeri held Adese's hand as they followed the map. After a long walk, they found the cave. It was dark and a little scary. Chimeri took a deep breath. We can do this, Adese, he said. Adese nodded bravely. Inside the cave, they saw many shiny rocks and heard the sound of dripping water. They walked carefully until they found a small, glowing flower. The flower was beautiful and bright. This must be the special flower, Chimeri said. He picked the flower and held it close. As they walked back out of the cave, the forest seemed even more beautiful than before. When they reached Kioma's house, Kioma smiled and said, You did well, Chimeri and Adese. Now, mix the flower with the magic leaf and make a drink for Adese. Chimeri did as Kioma said. He mixed the flower with the magic leaf and gave the drink to Adese. She drank it slowly, and Chidi watched closely. Day by day, Adese got stronger. One sunny morning, she stood up with Chimeri's help. Look, Chimeri. I can stand, she said with joy. Chimerie's heart was full of happiness. But the journey was not over. Kioma had one more secret to tell. What would it be? What more surprises awaited them? The adventure continued, full of love, hope, and wonder. Chimeri and Adese were very happy. Adese could stand now. But they wanted to know more. What was Kioma's last secret? One evening, they went back to Kioma's house. Kioma welcomed them warmly. You have done well, she said. But there is one more thing you must do. Chimeri and Adese listened carefully. You must visit the top of the big hill, Kioma said. There, you will find a wise old man. He will tell you what to do next. The next morning, Chimeri and Adese began their journey to the big hill. Chimeri helped Adese walk slowly. They climbed and climbed, higher and higher. When they reached the top, they saw the wise old man sitting under a tree. He had a long beard and kind eyes. Welcome, Chimeri and Adese, he said. I have been waiting for you. The wise old man told them, there is a special spring at the top of this hill. Drink from the spring, and it will give you strength and health. Chimeri and Adese found the spring. The water was clear and cool. They drank from the spring, feeling the cool water flow through their bodies. Suddenly, Adese felt a warm feeling in her legs. Chimeri, I feel stronger, she said. She took a step, and then another. Soon, she was walking all by herself. Chimeri's eyes filled with tears of joy. Adese, you are walking, he shouted. They hugged each other tightly, so happy and thankful. The wise old man smiled. Your love is strong, and it has helped you both. Always remember, love can make anything possible, he said. Chimeri and Adese thanked the wise old man and went back to the village. Everyone was so happy to see Adese walking again. They celebrated with singing, dancing, and lots of food. But Chimeri and Adise knew their adventure was not over. They still had dreams to follow and more love to share. What other wonders would they find together? Their journey continued, full of love, hope, and many more adventures. Chimeri and Adise were back in the village, happier than ever. Adise could walk, talk, and laugh again. Their love had made everything better. They decided to visit Kioma one last time to thank her. One sunny morning, they walked hand in hand to Kioma's house. Kioma welcomed them with a warm smile. "You have done well, my children," she said. "Your love is strong and pure." "Kioma, thank you for everything," Chimeri said. "Your secrets helped Adise get better." Kioma nodded. "Love is the greatest magic of all," she said. "Remember to always care for each other, no matter what." Chimeri and Adise promised to always love and care for each other. They knew they could face anything together. Their love had no limits. As they left Kioma's house, a gentle breeze blew through the village, carrying the sweet scent of flowers. The whole village felt the magic of their love. Chimeri and Adise lived happily ever after. They had many children and shared many adventures. They always remembered Kioma's words and kept love in their hearts. Their story was a beautiful reminder that love can make everything better, no matter how hard life gets. Love minimizes all faults and brings joy and hope. And so, Chimeri and Adise's story ended with happiness, love, and endless possibilities for the future. The end. Subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos.